3. I've got a giant ween. Sorry about the last stream where I kind of ended it, or YouTube video, depending on what you're watching on, just kind of going mute at the end and then having to just end after putting the serving tables away. Something kind of happened, so I had to end stream. But we're back now. And we're headed to Lake Cumberland in the name of serving tables. And there's some stuff I want to discuss with you, I guess, about what we're looking at. So first, right here, is going to be a bit of a gas station. It seems like when all this started, whoever was there, or whoever came along, decided to try to survive. You know, they put up some fencing around, sandbags. They built what looked like, I guess, some kind of bar. I can't tell if it's like was built before or after because it was made out of wood mostly. And they set up tents. They set up a watchtower. And they tried to survive, but I'm sure when we go in there, we'll see just how well that worked out. And then next, we have a thing where I call is a mall. Looks like a mall at least, from what I can see. So I'm expecting a lot of shit there, besides just the serving table. It's only a one-story mall, as I can tell. I guess there's a break room. Is this a mall, actually? You know what? It looks like a mall. It's a mall. At the very least, it's a shopping center. Oh, malls. They're not as relevant as they were once, were they? They used to be a place where everyone hung out and shopped, but they're dying more and more. So I'm expecting today to be, I guess, a bit of a short drive and a long fight. And the difficult thing we gotta try to do is not die. Going down a road we've never driven before. To a city we've yet to venture to. Yeah, my mic's on. Good. This will be dangerous. My friend, you need a mindset change for this. You cannot get away with things safe for this. You wanna get home, but it all on the line. Be dangerous. Yes, I do like Epic the Musical. How'd you know? Which way should we drive? Looks like we're gonna be driving a bit through short rest too. Haven't been there yet for any serving tables. I've checked there before for if we go there, and as far as I could tell, there was only like one location that had it, which, as you could probably guess, oh shit, almost knocked my monitor off the thing. It's the desk. Did not mean to do that. Well, who knows, you know, maybe Sergeant Zach will finally find another survivor. Right? That could be a kind of unique version of the fauna mod. Just like adding another person, but how would it be done? It would be kind of foraging and finding an animal kind of makes sense. Foraging and finding a actual dude, though. Maybe they just spawn randomly. They would just kind of be essentially like furniture, though. Or like loot boxes, depending on what you can do with them. Now we're going to be driving near the mall. You already know that I've mentioned I've done some extensive fighting there for scrap metal. Last time I went there, it wasn't too bad, but there were still groups that kind of reformed. I basically went there to see if I could find parts for my car that were like 100%. So I could cancel my like original plan of just only looting car parts to repair one of the broken police cars we have. But there really wasn't. So who knows, maybe heavy duty cars are something we can still scavenge. Or heavy duty windows, or heavy duty seats. Or anything really. Or standard duty. But from the place that we've been to, we have not really had any luck. I wonder if Lake Cumberland will have all we need in terms of surfing tables. I don't think it would, but it would be nice to finally be done. It is fun though, you know, going out from town to town to get furniture, but well, since I've only when I was starting on YouTube, posting stuff on it, the only real impression anyone has probably gotten is just how much furniture we've been getting and not so much of the actual building. Besides when we were building all those walls to like expand out. check our chat in case we missed anyone. We didn't. It's always good to look anyway, even if you don't expect someone coming. That way, if someone real does come, you don't accidentally ignore them. I definitely never done that before. And if I did, I would have probably felt bad. Unless they were a clinker or a scammer. So, what could I talk about? Even though it should be a short drive. So I already mentioned today on the previous stream that, if you're watching on YouTube, this stream and this video you're watching, the video before, this was on the same day. You know, fun fact there. But anyway, on the previous spot, I mentioned already about how my dog had a health scare. But I didn't mention what kind of happened with me at the vet. So, rectal exams. I knew about them before, because, you know, I guess they do it on infants, because that's the only real way to get an accurate, a pretty accurate, like, temperature. And apparently they do it for dogs too, and I didn't know. So I was at the vet, so in my mind, as he was, like, putting the lube on the thermometer, I was thinking, wait, what is he doing with... He's not doing what I think he's... Oh god, he's doing it! I didn't even have time to process one thought before the next thing happened, then the next thing. And Millie, she was just smiling, while she was more panting, really. I wonder about that. When dogs smile, are they doing that because they're actually happy, or they're just panting? You know, I've seen dogs do that when they're like tails wagging and they seem happy to be there with with how they're acting. But then you see times where, I don't know. Do dogs smile? I mean, they do feel affectionate, obviously. It's how much they want pets and to lay on people out of the blue. We're almost there. Well, at least we're closer. Back when I was playing Lake Cumberland, you know what the main problem was? The water. Just how annoying it was. Like how it would seemingly blocked every path you tried to go on. Like in real life, you would just jump over the tile, like the few inches of water easily. Unless you were like handicapped or something, but of course in Project Zomboid you just can't walk on water. Because I guess they didn't add swimming. Would be cool if they did. Like it, you know, swimming would be a cool mod. Like you can enter the water. Like the more you go, the more you get exhausted. Traits about it. You can have a swimming skill level. Like how you can stay afloat on water. And if you're there for like a really long time, if you fall asleep or whatever, you could actually like drown. How would the zombies deal with the water though? Oh yeah, so I guess they could swim too. Up there we're eating a woman. That's the only real sign of survivor activity Sergeant Zach's gotten, hasn't it? Realistically, they'd have probably been eaten on like day one, but you know, since this is the first time we're coming, that's just when Project Zomboid kind of spawns all of this stuff. Could get out of the car to go take them out so we could bury that lady, but we're not. If there's a body at the place we're going to, then we will, but excuse me. Wonder if you two were eating him. Or if you just died for whatever reason as a zombie. Hard to tell who's a zombie and who's not sometimes, isn't it? Especially when they're laying down dead. So, yep, we're headed pretty close to the rest stop. You know, the rest stop area that survivors tried to fortify. Like I said before, we are not going to probably get any loot because it's just like one tent. Best we're getting is rotten food. Maybe if this was a single player game, like an actual serious survival game, it could have been turned into a base. It would be a pretty good fight. Get it though? Like ideally most survival bases usually are just like away from everywhere else. From like zombies and stuff that you ideally don't have to have a huge fight over. Really glad this highway was cleared out. That was the first car I've ever seen that was not a burnt wreck and something like this. The motorcycles always are, but that's because I don't think there's a burned texture for motorcycles. Let's get this done. Hopefully they didn't destroy my car. Once I figure you guys out, I'm gonna have to check. Oh, some shotgun shells. Thank you. All these guys have a few bullets on them, it seems. Oh, I must have hit you with a car. Now I'll hit you with my foot. Well, bumper's a little bad, but it's fine. Well, let's see what these guys had. Okay, more infected out. Well, undead, I mean out there. Hopefully the worst of it is laying dead at our feet, though. Oh, this is a weird loot, zombie loot. Oh, what did you have in your backpack, bud? A canned fruit cocktail? Wonder how that'll be in a stew or a soup. Gotta keep an eye out for food, too. Oh, peanuts, thank you. Yeah, those are scissors, not an actual knife. You can stab someone with scissors, it's just probably not going to do much. Then again, I would not want to be stabbed with scissors, but if I had to choose something to get stabbed with, probably be a butter knife. Because, like, it's a butter knife, what are you going to do? Stab me? No, when I was thinking earlier about how I wasn't going to get much loot, I guess I didn't really factor in the zombies themselves. Eggplants. Those will be nice to, I guess, grow. I don't think I ever got to explore this place. Normally in the season, in the server, there would just be way too many zombies that you'd have to walk by. And when I say walk by, I mean at a brisk pace, because there's going to be like probably 100 zombies following you. We're getting some food variety from all these guys, though, which is really appreciated. Probably need to take a bathroom break in a second. So like I said, these are the tents that were set up. I didn't just mean camping tents, I meant like full-on tents. They even set up a command center? I don't know what that is. Cycle the knife. So this is a place I guess they eat. It's where they did whatever. This is where they catch stuff, but we're not going to go in there because we are only scavenging what has the serving tables in it. And here are the serving tables, 2 of them. First, I gotta take a bathroom break. And I am back. Did you miss me? What do you mean you didn't? Oh, hello, ma'am. Unfortunately, I am not the lunch. But, speaking of lunch, could you hold these rotten scrambled eggs for me? Don't get your eggs scrambled. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha. Thought this said, like, something else, the middle counter. But anyway, let's get this serving table secured in our vehicle, where it belongs. This is the one cabin I mentioned. Well, at least looks kind of like it was built like as a cabin, but it's really a bar in there. Probably got some infected, yeah, just stumbling around now. Oh, we did. Kinda, not a fire truck, dumpster truck, monster truck, average truck. You know, some of y'all got some real average trucks, I've heard. Let's grab our second. Oh, we got someone. This is the last serving table. At least the one here. Guess we could write the note. ST stands for serving table. If we ever die and someone sees gets on our map, they're gonna be very confused. Like, ST? You mean like Saint something? Though then again, we're pretty sure at this point, Sergeant Zach's probably pretty convinced he's the last person around. Well, let's keep driving. Serving table secure. Got some canned goods from the backpack zombies, which I'm satisfied with. It's nice to be, and the eggplant seeds. Never cooked eggplants before. So we're gonna have a bit of a big farm, other than the huge strawberry field farm we made. They are covering the roads. Surprised the erosion hasn't grown basically near the roads too, like everywhere else we've been to has. Guess it's got time. With humanity gone, nature always seems to come back, reclaim what it was. And think of abandoned buildings, there's always, even active buildings, you always have something trying to get back. Whether it's animals or... Okay, this is a bit of a tricky road. But whether it's animals or plants... really care for this highway. Is this a highway? It's probably a highway. If we were a Sunday driver, we would be dead right now. Probably get swarmed in seconds. I don't like that our engine's flickering like that. That's gonna be a pain. Note to self, maybe take the off-road. Well, not the off-road, but like an alternate street. That is if we survive. Which I fully intend on doing. A lot. We're almost there. I'm starting to get a little nervous about our prospects. Probably gonna need a visit from the off-screen mechanic after this. Funny realism in video games and apply on the stuff that games. we might have to end the stream here. Which sucks. My plan is go into debug mode, try to fix some stuff. Don't know if I'll come back tonight, but I'll try. But thanks for everyone who watched. Should have liked, follow for the next VOD. I guess I should probably explain the reason I tried to get out of the car because I didn't feel like I had another option. But make sure to follow, watch for the next stream. Well, subscribe if you're on YouTube. And as always, keep your virginity intact. Bye.